Okay, we are back. I am turning desktop audio on so that I can hear you.
You can hear us?
Excellent.
What is this?
Everyone, be quiet. Stop planning.
Okay, so here we are, friends, and we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the next fight in a moment. But let's first talk about what do you all do in the interim, because you do have, a sleep and then another day where you are kind of confined to this sort of small space. What do you do in that time?
So
Let's go ahead and go bottom to top. Kretha, you are currently sort of billeted with the goblins. You in fact
I'm billeted with the goblins.
You in fact are teleported back to Horker's area, or teleported back to the guild lair in Waterdeep, and you sort of bunk down with Horker and his goblins. What if anything do you do during this time?
Can I make a foray out to see Barnabas first?
Totally, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm not
even gonna make you roll. Like it's easy to sneak out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be able to go out and make a report to Barnabas.
So I'm going to make a report.
Yeah.
I'm also going to transfer the things that I got to Barnabas.
Nice.
Good choice.
He looks
I got
at
this mine, and I squeeze the beholder. I know it's terrifying, but it is also so fluffy. Squeeze.
adorable.
I also got this, probably for Calder. It book. It's scary. Magic. And then I don't know what this is. We'll figure it out. It's got things. Don't open it. I don't know.
You took his spell book, huh? All right.
I don't know his spell book. There was terrifying monster in there too. There's lots of terrifying stuff.
He looks at the bag that you brought, and he looks at the clasp holding it closed, and he says, "Well, that might be complicated."
I mean, I took what I could. I was going to try and see more, but
that did not belong to Xanathar. That is the sigil of Bregan Darth. That is the sigil of Jarlaxle's group.
Interesting.
Where did you find that?
In the office, where I also got plushie.
Of course he has people on the inside. He always has people on the inside.
Also, he has dead ones. Dead beholder. Oh my god, they're 5. That one shot at me, but it's dead. I might have seen stuff.
Slow down.
Big room. Okay. I went downstairs, right?
I do want to retcon something really quick, by the way. Because of the nature of what was in that room, I'm going to say, instead of it being a big obvious door, that Kretha was able to find a hidden door that led into that area. I'm just going to do a quick retcon, and I will probably, because this is pre-recorded, I'll throw a thing up when I actually say the thing, that it's actually a hidden door that you had to find to get through, but everything else happened exactly as I described.
Awesome. I rolled a really good investigation check, people.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Yes, big room. I found this door, little door. Big door, no good. Little door, got in, and he dead version of himself. Dead monsters, dead beholders. In big crystal.
That's actually
it's
strange.
Like he's keeping pickles in a jar.
That's very strange. But
there was
beholders
staff.
usually kill by disintegration.
If it was correct staff. I could not reach it.
What did it look like?
It was staff-like. I was trying to get closer look, and I fell.
You look like a man.
Feel free, Jen, to make up a description. I only described it as ornate. Feel free to make up a description.
Very what's the word? Detailed. Lot of fancy stuff. Kind of purpley. Lots of pretty shiny gems. It was.
Can you
It
draw?
was very pretty. Yeah, I can try. Yes, I can try.
Give it a shot. If it's our staff, I can find out.
Okay.
If I can show someone else what it looks like, I can find out if it's
Alright.
our staff or not.
If
All
you
right.
like, you have Durgadin, don't you?
I do have Durgadin.
So why can't you ask Durgadin to replicate the staff?
Oh.
Good
Ooh.
question.
I
Ooh,
didn't
good
think
choice.
about that. Durgadin would probably pop up and be like, "Well, I can be the staff."
Yeah, in fact, like the moment the thought occurs to you, suddenly there's a big staff like right next to you. And
looks
it
like
doesn't
that.
look quite the same because
Kinda.
it's not jeweled like the staff was, but the
Yeah.
jewels are kind of replicated in metal, so it's the right shape, just not quite the right colors.
Ta-da.
Kind of like that.
So,
Obviously
yeah,
not sleeping, ghost dwarf.
there are. What do you know about beholders, Kretha? Are they? Have you ever seen one or heard of them?
No. they're
Beholders
terrifying.
Beholders reproduce in a strange way. They dream other beholders into existence. If that room is what I think it is, then the Xanathar may not have been the Xanathar for very long. But it's not really relevant what that mad creature has hidden away, except for that
Hey,
staff. If that is
Are
our
you
staff,
suggesting that he keeps becoming himself? Like new Xanathar? New Xanathar? New Xanathar?
you have seen the Xanathar now, yes?
Unfortunately.
Do you think that creature would suffer another one of himself to live?
No, that's why I thought there were so many dead.
It's
That is
entirely
wrong.
possible that what you were looking at were Xanathar's past.
Let's just keep them. That's smart. Let's just put them in pickled juice. That's good. That's good. It's fine.
fine.
Don't
It's
burn them.
fine.
Don't bury
Again,
them.
think of this
Juice.
from the perspective of a creature who believes itself to be the only important creature in existence. I can understand from that very narcissistic perspective that any piece of yourself, even dead, is more valuable to him, probably, than any living creature outside that fucking fish.
Worst
Stupid
selfies ever.
I would say it is to my mind, to my logic, to my thinking, that if that is room full of dead hymns, dead beholder, which it is, whether it be exactly him or other version, I don't know. That of all the places to keep a staff that make you live, I would think that room
Hubris.
would be very likely. I think I was
I think
so
it's hubris.
close to touching the
Perhaps
thing
the
that would
Xanathar
raise him.
Perhaps the
Raise him.
Xanathar, like so many like him, is inherently self-destructive. Perhaps somewhere inside, he's ready
Well,
for
no.
that. But
Think
I don't
about
know.
it. Think
Again,
about it.
not terribly relevant.
Think about it. He's got the staff. If ever he want to raise those dead versions of himself, he could do so. He got body, he got staff. He could make his own army of pickled beholder.
Pickled hymns.
Which
I'm gonna
is
ask
terrifying.
Durnan to add this to the menu.
No, but then he'll know. He'll be like, pickled beholder? You think he does not know what menu Durden has? Come on.
I would recommend that you not tell anybody else of this room outside of me and your companions. I
Oh.
feel like this is very dangerous knowledge that you've stumbled upon, and I don't want to see you turn into dust in the wind.
Oh, I got very lucky. I got very lucky.
Moving
But
on.
I do think that's where it is.
It does make sense.
I need to get back. I need to go pretend to be me.
And we will leave it at that. We'll move up to Jeff. What is Calder up to during this break in between rounds?
The first thing I know that he and Echo are going to want to do now that once they're away and sequestered and can be relaxed is and just sort of long exhale, replenish the ring, heal up, treat injuries, and at least once Calder would say, "Are you okay, Echo? Are you fine? Are you okay? Are you recovered?"
I'm a little beat to shit and then stabbed a bunch, but
Okay.
I think a night of sleeping's gonna do me good. My
Good.
staff is still.
Just smack Echo once over the head. If I give you a dramatic thing to hide behind, take a second instead of running at the thing that just hit you 30 feet.
Hey, I landed a really good blow on that thing. It was the little fucker afterwards that shanked my liver apart.
Yeah, if only you had a second to catch your breath. If only.
I don't know, man. I wanted to keep the tempo up. It felt like we were making a really good show. I feel like the Xanathar
It's
really
hard to-
enjoyed that first one.
It's hard to keep tempo when you're eating sand.
Well, that's why we put the spells in your ring so you can pop me back up, right?
Yes.
And it
Listen,
worked.
But it was a being eaten by a giant creature problem. Your life is more important than the goddamn show.
I'm not here to die. But we've got a
Yeah.
job to do.
Yeah.
How loud is
agree.
this conversation happening? Just out of curiosity, this is kind of a communal area.
If it's in a reasonably private. That's
Yeah, sequestered over an area, probably hunched behind Stinky.
Yeah. So how loud are we talking about?
So probably just loud enough for us to hear each other. We're not
Yeah, and
projecting.
And because we have it's not like we don't have things that can ward away eavesdroppers like a giant panther. And
as you're having this discussion, Thorn will approach you, not being sneaky or anything. He'll just walk up. And he'll say, "Excellent fight, friends. Excellent fight."
Yeah, you're
stand.
pretty wicked with that blade, man.
I wanted to apologize for that. I may have gotten a little bit carried away, but
Nah, you made it look good. You made it look good.
I'm sorry for my effect.
Gallic had a message as well. When the frog didn't vanish, he realized that maybe it wasn't just you all, by the way, so many goddamn animals. When
Petting the panther, as it said.
When the frog didn't vanish, he realized that he may have actually hurt a living being instead of a summoned creature that was just brought back, whatever happens to summoned creatures when they vanish. And he wanted to say he was really sorry and he wants to pet the frog.
Is he waiting behind a corner, looking at the conversation?
Give me a DC 5 perception check.
Absolutely.
Can my passive of 13 just see him?
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to stand so still that he would be invisible. Like his motions are so imperceptibly slow that you can't see him.
He's also definitely doing this.
Gallic, you're right there.
Echo's gonna turn to Stinky and
I do kind of see him as Drac-like. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Turn to Stinky. Stinky doesn't seem very upset now that he's gotten food and stuff, right?
No, Stinky is great.
Stinky is fantastic.
Stinky has had so many new foods.
You can come pet Stinky. No hard feelings.
Yeah.
How are your solar plexus doing, man?
He pulls his shirt up and there's a big, dark, black, angry bruise where your foot landed on him, and he says, "Had worse."
I also want to apologize for the wolf and shoving my trauma into your face.
Oh, no, it's all part of the show. That panther, though, has a hell of a swipe.
Well, yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah, Echo's
Just like
chill,
furiously scratching its underside at the end of its
Yeah.
jaw.
hanging out with him. He's gonna like be talking shop with these guys. Like, okay, what was that thing where I hit you with the spear and you flexed your abs and my spear broke? Like, like yeah, he's gonna be chilling with these people as long as they're hanging around.
Yeah, Gallic is a man of few words, but yeah, he seems to enjoy the company. Thorn, on the other hand, talks your ear off. Absolutely talks your ear off. Gallic absolutely loves petting Stinky. He thinks this is like, it's obvious this is one of the greatest days of his life.
If they're going to kibitz like this, then yeah, Calder will either call or we'll just pull a bottle of wine out of his pack and they'll share a drink.
Thorn will at some. Oh, go ahead. After you.
Well, it's later that night,
Yeah.
so finish your thing first.
At some point, probably several drinks in, Thorn will mention, so, you saw what happened to our last opponents before you, yeah?
Yeah.
Heard about it.
Oh, you weren't here yet. Okay. We kind of want out of here. The two of us.
Reasonable.
We were put into debt to the Xanathar Guild. And, well, you know how interest rates work. No matter how many seats we sell, we never seem to be able to make any headway. We could... I don't know why I'm talking to you about this. You're brand new, but, like, we could use some help. We don't really want to be here. I don't know about you, but I don't want to get disintegrated.
I'll look at and share a look with Echo.
If you win tomorrow, might have a chance to get out of here. Xanathar does not like when his entertainers leave. And if you win tomorrow, just make your exit quickly. Because, again, Xanathar doesn't like to lose talent. There's a reason why the two of us, and he gestures over at Gallic, who is, again, just in bliss as he is like rubbing the back of Stinky's right eye, right behind that spot.
Doing that frog thing where the eyes get pushed in and pop back out, and pushed in and pop back out.
I have
question.
We're stuck here. Yes.
Well,
Is the Xanathar Vince McMahon?
Little bit. Vince McMahon also believes he is the only important thing in his company, which is why he keeps losing so much talent to AEW.
Hey, no one is as insane, megalomaniacal, and incoherent as Vince McMahon. Don't besmirch the Xanathar. He's much more stable.
Moving along.
But yeah, so later that night...
No, Calder will say, we may be able to help with that. I'm not certain just yet.
I'm sure you've got better things to do. You've got your own survival to look after. We all do. But if you do win tomorrow, just be careful. And if you do get out...
Do you know what the Xanathar's policy is on external patronage? If someone were to offer to buy you?
It's been done. The price would be steep, though. Yeah. We're kind of a big deal.
There might be a chance I could help. I can't make
He says this, by the way, with embarrassment. He says we're kind of a big deal, but not in the, boastful way. More of a, I don't know how I got here kind of way.
Yeah.
I can see what I can do.
Well, if nothing else, we'll keep on keeping on. So, Anyway, thank you. Did anybody have anything else? You said later on in the evening, Gail.
Just later on the evening, point of order, Echo, when they bed down to sleep on whatever cots or like beds they have here, like Echo is glued to Calder's side and just like kind of like backpack.
Sure.
Love
Like,
it.
Calder has a strength of 8, so he's not going to be able to hold that. He'll be able to tolerate it while sitting down. That's about it.
Yeah, nah. But Echo's used to sharing a bed at this point, so like just curls up next to him when they do actually pass out.
What does that say
Fortunately,
about
like-
Echo and?
Calder will just sort of chuckle and like will also like as to act as external heater. Like the panther will will just sort of flump over them because the animals last until dawn and then they vanish at dawn and then the bag is refilled. So
Nice fuzzy pillow.
The next day, M, I would love for you, if you are up for it, to do some color commentary during this fight. The next day,
color commentary, but I'll try.
You wake up, and it's late in the day, of course. When you not that you can tell in this place of mostly dark, dim light, but we'll go ahead and fast forward to the main event of the next bit. Kreetha,
There are fights.
Yeah, Kreetha, you are being a good goblin servant for the time being.
Yes, in
I
this
assume...
case, because this is the final fight, I don't want to go stomping around, especially since I know that it's terrifying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's I need to keep an eye on my crew so that I know what we're doing immediately. Yeah.
So the announcer's voice, as you sort of make your way into the elevator that brings you up, the announcer's voice booms out. You saw them take down the shambling mound. You saw them defeat our very own Gallic and Thorn. Now, the third fight. Go ahead.
If we have an hour, in the hour before, I will make a point to do a couple of things.
What's that?
I was going to cast False Life on myself.
Okay, that's temporary HP, yeah?
Yeah, and it lasts an hour, so.
Perfect.
And it's 1d4 plus 5. Cool, 5.
Take it.
6.
6.
6.
So 6, yes. I can do basic.
1d4 minus 5. Right.
Yeah, so it's 5 more temporary HP. So.
Anything else before we do the final intro? Any other precasts? Anything you're doing as you have a little bit of time as the platform rises as well, so you can do a precast.
Nah, just gonna hold it back.
Checking inventory.
In fact, Echo specifically, like clerics have the option after they finish a long rest to do like an hour of prayer and change their spells. Echo's not risking anyone seeing him doing that, so it's same spells as yesterday.
Awesome.
I'll pass the one of the smoke bombs to Echo.
Smoke bomb, gotcha.
The brawling. Barbarian! Brothers of Icewind Dale! And the and your platform rises. And you get there, and again, full house. They are hanging from the rafters, sometimes literally. Xanathar himself is not on his pedestal. He is directly above you, looking down with his eye stalks, though his main eye is currently closed. And again, with that sort of strobing, rave kind of light show. And
again, once we reach the top, thaumaturgy, rumbles out from us.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about your entrances.
Smoke bomb for the dramatic effect, a minor illusion for some sort of like dramatic audio sting or something to augment the Echo's thaumaturgy.
Love it, love it. Both of you, give me a performance check with advantage, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the 13.
Mine not rolling to.
I saw it
It
roll.
rolled. I see it. I even see the die
No,
still.
it's
There
just
it
lagging.
is.
There we
There
go.
Okay, a 13 and a 17. Got it. Just a little bit of lag. These things happen. Yeah, so with that, like, again, just a massive ovation. You actually see someone in the stands that appears to be selling like hastily constructed sort of sawdust dolls of Stinky
Aw.
are being sold in the stands. And you're not getting a kickback for that. But anyway, so
Someone is violating Kretha's IP.
Can I backseat DM real quick?
please do.
I think that Kretha should roll a sleight of hand to swipe one.
Okay.
Kretha, if you plan on taking one, let's go ahead and roll that sleight of hand.
They're little
Okay.
stinky dolls.
Yeah. Yeah. I need one of these in my life.
Hey.
Absolutely, yeah, no
and
problem.
I have one in my life.
Absolutely. Yes, you are 100% able to you tuck it into the same pocket where you keep your beholder plushie. Although I imagine you actually did you hand the plushie off to Barnabas?
I actually handed all the stuff that I got
Okay.
yesterday to Barnabas because I didn't want to be carrying it around in my clothes during this whole experiment. I figured that would be safe.
That's fair.
So,
That's 100%
last
fair.
thing I need was to be caught with the stuff, since I obviously did not purchase this beholder plushie.
Yeah, totally. Okay.